Today is the day that horsepower is made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Not a lot, but some. So what are we doing today? Well, if you follow me at all, you'll know that I got a box of goodies for the old LT1. I know in my last video I called the flex plate a bouncer like twice, maybe 3 times. Anyways, I mess up every now and then. I'm dyslexic. I'm not quite right upstairs. So I got the flex plate, got the balancer, got a pointer, and I got new bolts for the flex plate. We're gonna put some oil in this guy and prime it up. We're gonna make sure that she has oil pressure. Let me get focus, focus, focus. There we go, this guy. And I got the primer right here for the drill. But first, we need to put this guy on right here so we can actually install the oil filter, else it's just gonna squirt out everywhere. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna put this guy on right here, just so we can attach the oil filter. And I know this is, didn't have the gasket on me, so I just made a gasket. And this is actually the wrong material, but we're just gonna rock it anyways. It's not a big deal. This is the one you use for your water pump or your thermostat. This is the cut your own gasket. So basically it's just gonna go right here and down like that. That's how we're gonna rock it. And if you notice, I haven't put the rockers on. I did have them on there for a brief second, just to make sure everything looked good, everything looked fine. I don't like to leave any push rods and rockers in the motor until you're going to put it in, and then I put them on that day, adjust them, then put them in, because you don't want this thing to sit, you know, have these compressed for a long period of time. You can turn it over and all that, but it's just really easy to just leave it all off and not even worry about it until you put the motor in. So we're going to turn it over with the valves closed. We're going to have to remove these spark plugs, because if not, you're going to have a really hard time, because you're just compressing, and you're waiting for all the pressure to seep past the actual rings, and it's really hard to turn over. So don't try it. So we're going to remove the spark plugs and we'll be good. I know some of you are like, man, you turned that motor upside down and all the lifters fell out because there's no rockers and push rods in there. Nope, because I'm running a solid lifter in this LT1, and the Gen 2 roller blocks, the deck's higher, so you have to get a lifter. When you run a solid lifter, it has to be higher. And you cannot put the lifters in with the heads on. The heads have to be off. You put the lifters in, then you put the heads on, because you can't put them in anyway. So they're just going to come out and hit, and they're going to slide back in. I'm just going to use this push rod to push them all back down, because when I go to prime the motor, you want to make sure they're all in the lifter bore so that oil travels all through the motor. So I'm going to do that real quick. And the whole reason for priming her up is because I wanted to get oil on all the parts, crank, cam, all through the lifters. And that way, when I'm turning it over, I don't have anything that's dry. And you don't want to turn stuff over, especially on a new motor that's dry. You don't want to, you know, scar up your new bearings. You want everything to be nice and lubricated. So that's what I'm doing right now. So let's see if she gets pressure. And she does, of course. This drill sucks. I can't do it too long, but at least I got some oil pressure in there. It's going through the filter, all through the motor, and she's making over 40 with this slow little drill master. Like I said, if I got a better drill that can handle more torque, it wouldn't be smoking up. This thing is getting nice and hot right there. So I'll do it a couple more times just to make sure we got everything nice and lubricated before I start turning it over a whole bunch. Smoking. Let's let her cool off some. I can't do it too long, but I'll do it intermittently like that for a while. I know somebody somewhere is going to jump all up my case for my redneck tool for my harmonic balancer installer. But I forgot to order one. I never have ordered one. I never had any problems with it. It's whatever. It's not rocket science. So this is my makeshift tool. You do want to make sure that you have all this good and lubed in the seal. A little bit outside. Doesn't gonna hurt it. Wipe it off later. And a little bit right here. And in there. And on the hub. Harmonic balancer. Because you never want to install this dry. You want to make sure it's good and lubed so you don't burn up your seal. So basically, we're going to put this on and I'll show you my redneck method. Well, that worked fine. I'm gonna have to pull it back off. You know why? Let's zoom in on the reason. It appears we have a clearance issue, so I'm gonna take care of that. Whoops. Alright, so I think the fix, hopefully I don't have to use my old balancer. That one has way more clearance than that guy over there. So what I did, I just cut that boss down. It was kind of like this. So I just shaved all that off so it's about as shallow as that one. So hopefully that's enough clearance. If not, then I cut that for nothing and I'll have to use the old balancer. Well guys, sorry for the commotion, but my wife right over there behind Christine, you can't see her right there, they came back from a wine thing. So alright, anyways, and now we have the clearance that we need for the harmonic balancer. Well, even though you guys haven't seen it, there has been a massive span of time that has transpired. So we're back at it. Let me get a little better view of this. But the side that did need attention, let me push this guy over, was this one right here. Yeah, didn't quite grind it down completely flat, but it's still good enough. And we're still clearing everything on the balancer. So let's get this pointer situated. All right, so what we got here is a piston stop. I'm gonna put it in number 1. All right, so this is what I did. I put this big old long nitrous bracket on there. And right there is top dead center. You go around one way till it stops, which is right there. Go around the other way till it stops, which is right there. You measure in the middle, and in the middle is your top dead center. So basically, right now, I am at top dead center. Well, when you tell your wife you're determined to make YouTube videos once a week, if you drink at your neighbor's house, you're gonna be doing YouTube videos and grinding at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sure everyone's pretty thrilled at me for that. But instead of bending that piece of metal, check this out. So once you find top dead center, wherever you put this pointer on your marker is going to be top dead center. So of course this was out way over there. It's going to be way off your balancer. So what I did was cut this off and then do a bunch of grinding there, bunch of grinding there, some washers there. Cut the pointer down a little bit so that way when I'm looking at it from right here with the timing light, check it. So I'm looking down my timing light and the water pump right in this little avenue. You can see that we should see it right there, and that's pretty darn close to top dead center, 0 on the harmonic balancer. Whew, it's late. What I did a little more cleanup on the pointer. I wanted it to look nice. You know, I couldn't have all those little grinded edges, so I just cleaned it up, painted her up, and I'm gonna put that pointer and the harmonic balancer and the intake that I have on this guy. All the links will be in the description below. I'm gonna put all the information out on this motor eventually, but there's a couple of races I want to get off first, because you know, this guy right here, I put out all the information on it, and people want to race me, but they've seen my videos, so it's kind of like I'm gonna race you and you know exactly what it runs. It's an easy win. You can pretty much know you're faster than me. But this guy, no one's gonna know, and I want to get some races off. I like to race, I want to have some fun. So guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time, and peace.